Welcome back to Championship Saturday here at the Turtle Dome on Cornwall Island in Akwesasne for the 2018 Founders Cup presented by JVI Sports Network. It's the bronze medal game between those men right there, the Coquitlam Adanacs, looking for their first medal since 2007. And on the other side, it's the Manitoba Blizzard, who I believe we were discussing will be their first medal at the Founders Cup if they can pull off a victory here.
Yeah, that's our understanding. We've looked through the history of the records. I don't see any record of a Manitoba win. There is not necessarily complete, but there, the Manitoba Blizzard just to the left, a little to the left. There they are, and there are the Coquitlam Adanacs. And this game does mean a lot to both of these teams. Baez Bardai a little more relaxed today, and there's Bo Chetner. He's got some pretty cool glasses, and then that's a nice hairstyle. He's a sharp-looking dude, but he has been playing very well for this team and really stepping into a bigger role. And you know, you see guys through the course of a game kind of build. For the other side, the Manitoba Blizzard, their player to watch, Kelson Borisenko, no surprise. He has been outstanding, 22 points, lots of key plays, lots of key goals and assists, and plays defense. He is doing it up and down the floor for the Manitoba Blizzard.
Every time the ball's in his stick, or not even in his stick, when he's on the floor, he is pure electricity. So we'll send it down to the floor for game action. Coquitlam wearing the white with the purple and yellow helmets. The Blizzard wearing the all blue jerseys with white trim and the blue buckets. And we're underway as the Blizzard win the faceoff. Pat Gregoire here on play-by-play with Steven Stamp on color commentary on JVI Sports Network. And Gatuski loses his helmet, but that doesn't matter as the human highlight reel himself, Kelson Borisenko, gets his team on the board. Not even 20 seconds into this bronze medal game.
The Borisenko show gets underway early. Trademark Pat Gregoire. And what a play, and that's Andy Zun feeding it in, and these two work together so well. Zun just at the right moment sends Borisenko as he slips underneath his defender, gets away from Carter Clark, and just does that little hard fake to sidearm tuck and just reaches it over into the far side. Now he's going to start with the ball once again.
Another face-off win by the Blizzard, and no doubt big 2-3 picks up the loose ball. Now he's driving into that quick pass that's tipped off there by Spencer Ma, number 3 for this Adanacs team. A nice spark plug on the back end. And with that, we're going to get a possession the other way, and this Blizzard team going to have more time to work with their offense, which has been very explosive all tournament long. One of the more explosive players right there, Andy Zun, with an outside rip.
That rocked the net as it rang off the goalpost, and then Borisenko almost with another goal right away. 58 seconds in, and he was that far from getting his second goal of the game.
Almost 2 goals in a single minute would have been not surprising considering Borisenko from that corner right there. He's so deadly. The defenders know it's coming, but still that sidestep move that he uses is so deadly. Defenders have not much of a chance. Now Coquitlam with their first opportunity, and it's a goal by Trevor Funk.
Funk with that fade head and the yellow shooters really buying in to the Coquitlam style here. And this is just a lovely shot on the run. Little face dodge there, just dragging the stick with him to get a bit of space, and then all kinds of room for him to let that one go. And Manitoba's going to want to close down that defense a little bit there.
Now just looked a little bit at scramble there for Manitoba, not being able to get set. And good on Trevor Funk to realize that, just take that one to the rack. We've seen him, he's had an impressive Founders Cup tournament with 6 goals, 3 assists for 9 points, now up to 7 and 10. The captain, Colin Poitras, going to start this. Tries a little dump pass over there to one of the other core 4, Troy Gutowski. Finished 2nd in scoring during the regular season. He gets hauled to the ground, no call. 8 seconds left on the clock. Andy Zun looking to spark something here with just a few seconds on the clock, and Borisenko just launches that one, hits the roof.
That was still going up when it hit the ceiling. It was still heading up when it hit the ceiling.
Yeah.
It was a high trajectory there. Gordon Bowden has gone to the bench. Pius Bardai said, we're pulling out everything today. This is the fun of the first.
They love that bench side seal, sending the extra attacker, and Basic heads back to the bench. So we'll go back to 5-on-5. Offensive possession here for Coquitlam as they send it over to the other side. That's their captain, Matthew Schmiegel, who's had a pretty solid tournament, was named the MVP of yesterday's game. Loose ball now, picked up by Manitoba, but it squirts three. Chance here for the captain with a shot. But Riley Medanyuk somehow gets a piece of that. And boy, Stephen, was he not good yesterday?
Oh, he was fantastic. I mean, it was a great game, and Manitoba played very well. But without Medanyuk, I mean, Troy Benedict great at the other end too, but Medanyuk was really, really impressive, difference making. And
one of the difference makers right now with the ball in his stick. It gets knocked out, picking up the loose ball. Andrew Miller, he has been a player to watch once before, but anytime he has the ball, he's someone that you'll not want to watch, and just kind of throws a harmless shot on cage there.
And Medanyuk on the last possession down, he had to hustle back to his crease because he was out setting a pick. He likes to get involved in the play away from his crease, sometimes to his detriment. That's why he was spending 2 games on suspended.
Sun with the outside shot.
One.
That one whizzes by. We'll have another reset here. 25 seconds now on the clock. Big hit there. That's Matthew Froese. Jars the ball loose. Possession going the other way.
Yeah, loose ball push will retain possession for the Blizzard. Cole Wozni was trying really hard to draw a penalty there. He was tossing his head back.
Now, ball now at the top to Borisenko. He fires that over to Zun, but he's going to set a pick there to free up some space. Little give and go. Borisenko fake big stop there by Gordon Bowen. Bowden has been one of the more solid goaltenders. Had a little bit of an up and down game yesterday, but I think he's looking for a big bounce back performance here.
A lot of people have up and down games against Elora.
Yes.
The Mohawks can make goalies look pretty normal.
With the ball now is Coquitlam. Bounce pass to Jeremy Basic, goes awry and right into the stick of Riley Medanyuk, and he sends a bouncer over to one of the top defenders, Will Lutz, who has provided a lot of spark as he decides to stay up here on offense. Skip pass there to Zun. Zun can't hold on to it. And Ma is going to pick this up, and sorry, yes, it is Spencer Ma. Give and go now, tries to set that pick, but the pass is dropped, and looks like Coquitlam's going to slow things down and let their offensive players get onto the floor. One of those offensive players there, Schmiegel, takes the shot, turned aside by Riley Medanyuk. Big hit there, so possession is going to go towards Manitoba. Running up the floor is Taylor Ritchie, who gets that over to the far side, and Cole Wozni. Wozni now gets it over to his left-handed shots. Poitras waiting, looking, takes that shot, dives, and loses the ball out of his stick as he leaped there for the crease dive. 7 seconds on the clock, and Coquitlam is just going to pick this up and push it in transition. We didn't see them push the ball in transition, and it looks like
something behind the play. Anthony Buono is complaining to the official after Cole Wozni had been complaining. He was saying he was slashed in the leg, and he is limping off.
Trent Bray and Joe Catalano from Alberta. Bray from the FNLA, and can't miss Catalano with that big mustache there. Standby is Chris Talchi. Beautiful move to try to stay out there, and can't score, but he'll draw the penalty, and Poitras has some choice words to Buono, who has been getting under the skin of some Manitoba players.
Yeah, Buono's having a really strong tournament, getting better as it's gone on, and he does annoy some opponents. We'll see. Right there was the high stick.
Yep.
Poitras, we've talked about Zun and Borisenko already, and you mentioned Glutowski, the other member of the Big Four, as it were. Colin Poitras actually leads Manitoba coming into the day with 8 goals, 15 assists for 23 points. Borisenko with 9 and 13 for 22.
Poitras had that one game with 10 assists. Quite remarkable. So the power play will get to work, and that's their bread and butter right there with the skip pass to Troy Gutowski, but he misses there, and Coquitlam with a safe transition, and now they'll see how much of the 1 minute and 30 seconds left they can kill off. Instead, Trevor Funk takes it to the net. He gets hauled down, but no call.
Great opportunity generated by the quick feet of Trevor Funk.
Ball still now picked up as Kieran Mulvaney grabs the loose ball for his team, just drops it there and allows his power play to get to work. Still lots of time for them, halfway through. About 13:30 left in the game clock, 10 in the shot clock. Zun feathers that through. Normally we see his big booming shot. Instead, he tries to place it. We'll get a reset. Zun goes into the shooter position, working it around. Borisenko, big fake, over to Poitras. Poitras drags up top. Now we see some ball movement. Bezecki over Glutowski. Bezecki with the shot. That one right off the stick of Spencer Ma. 7 seconds. Something needs to happen here. Poitras with the outside shot. Bouncer. Loose ball there, picked up by Coquitlam, and they'll push it in transition. And this is Georgette now off to the races. Spin move. He loses the ball. Nice try there by Brady Georgette to try to get something going. It will be enough to kill off most. As we see 10 seconds here, Borisenko deciding let the clock just run here and go back to 5-on-5.
Georgette, one of just a couple of Coquitlam players graduating this year. He's from Kamloops, joined the club from there. Of course, the goalie Gordon Bowden as well will finish his junior career today.
Back to 5-on-5. Nice collapse defense, but somehow Cam Stuckey's able to get that shot off. Reset now. The Borisenko with the ball in his hand, dodges, feeds over to Gutowski. Gutowski still with it. Takes it to the rack now. Does a good job keeping those feet out of the crease. Shot from the far side, from his wrong side, Andy Zun. Boy, 5 years in junior lacrosse, and he seems to keep his best for the Founders Cup.
Great shot, and what a super pass. The big key there is staying out of the crease by Troy Glutowski. He was very close, but the official was right there. Trent Bray in perfect position to see that one. And that allows that skip pass out to Zun from the top. And he goes bouncer. Yesterday, the huge goal that forced overtime with 2.5 left was a high-to-high laser. He changes up the plane and manages to get another one here to go ahead.
Shots currently 8-3 in favor of Manitoba. We see stretches throughout the tournament. Manitoba just dominates play, and then they'll have their lulls, and that's usually when teams take advantage. And we haven't seen Coquitlam been able to do that just yet. Anthony Buono, one of the best players from yesterday, he's got a chance. 2-on-1. Buono shoots, but again, Medanyuk with a huge stop.
Medanyuk has time. He pauses to make sure the play is down, and then so quickly getting the ball out of his pad and into his stick and ready to go. The pass wasn't there that time, but he's ready when it is.
A little miscue there by Cole Wozni as Adam Noakes jarred the ball free for a bit. Good
nice
job by
pressure by
Coquitlam.
Noakes.
And now Sam Andalis on the way, moves it, takes the shot off the bench. That's Adam Noakes, but nothing being done here. We saw Sam Andalis score a couple of goals earlier in the tournament. He's known as a defender transition player, but when he gets into the offensive zone, he can be deadly. Oh!
That's going to be a penalty to Coquitlam as Borisenko is rammed into the open section of the door, and you've got to get that door closed when play is coming along there.
Borisenko in a ton of pain. As, like you said, you have to close that door when the play's getting there. And looked like Roman Rose was working the gate there. You'll see here just, oh. Oh.
And Rose couldn't close it because
Nope.
there's a player standing in. I think that's Brady Georgette. But, oh, Spencer Ma just runs him in. And it's not a vicious hit, but with the door open, it just stops him with the point into the hip.
We'd like to take time to thank our sponsors for this year's Founders Cup, presented by JVI Sports Network. Twin Leaf in Akwesasne. Twin Leaf, thank you for providing fans across the globe with free Founders lacrosse action all week long, especially this bronze medal game here in Akwesasne. So, as expected, you knew it would take a lot for Kelson Borisenko to come out of the game. It's his last game of junior. You see him there just taking a squirt of water. The guy is such a tough competitor.
Is he coming back on the floor? No.
No, he's still taking his time, but you see him standing up there and 5-minute major.
Yeah.
So this is a
That's
unbelievable
an appropriate boarding
opportunity.
call.
Yep. Borisenko is. So Borisenko's coming now back onto the floor.
Yeah.
I think he wasn't sure if he was allowed to because he did go down and blow play, but he's back on now.
If anybody's thinking he was faking and because he's now back out, forget it.
Yeah.
That hurts, and he was in pain.
Little skip pass to the crease, just goes past the stick of Troy Kotowski.
Great outlet pass by Anthony Buono.
And Buono having a great tournament, like you said, finds Andrew Miller. Miller thought about staying on, but flipped it over to the lone goal scorer for the Adanacs, Trevor Funk. Funk with a swim move still. Great defense there by, looks like a glove was lost there by Trevor Funk, but Kelson Borisenko with the strip and the cause turnover. So about 4 minutes and 10 seconds left on the power play. 10 minutes left in the first period, halfway through this bronze medal game between Manitoba and Coquitlam here on JVI Sports Network. Pat Gregoire, Stephen Stamp, pleased to bring you Founders Cup Lacrosse.
Josh Goebel coming out. All right. We were having a chat with the coaches before, Faiz Bardai saying they call him McConaughey because he looks a lot like Matthew McConaughey. So the coaches will say, Goebel, all right.
This Coquitlam team, maybe not the game that they were hoping they would be in, but still, it looks like they've been having fun all week long and still being able to battle for a medal here. Only find themselves down 2-1.
They take the lacrosse very seriously,
Yes.
but they are having a lot of fun with it.
Exactly. Bo Chetner, our player to watch. Spin move, now tries to swim, gets pulled to the ground, no call. I think that's a good non-call by the officials there.
I think it was a straight up cross check, and then that actually knocked the glasses off of Trent Bray as he spun around. And that is some restraint by Trent Bray to not tee him up, because as he spun around, that could have been trouble for the player. It was accidental, but you don't want to hit a ref.
Play comes the other way. Just working through the top. We'll see with 10 seconds now. Back, give and go. We've seen that work plenty of times, but Gordon Bowden says not this time. Ball down to Trevor Funk. He'll try to create some space. Spin move. Funk over to Forselius. Eric Forselius, a big, stocky player. He loves ragging the ball on the short team. As you see him bashing and crashing into a couple of Manitoba defenders. Now he creates some space for himself. Shot and score. I knew he liked killing penalties, but I didn't know he liked it that much as he ties this ball game with a shorthanded goal.
Great spin move by Forselius. Hopefully that will make him smile. That's the BC coaches again sharing with us that he's not a very smiley guy. So Faiz Bardai said his title, his filter on Forselius' text is "Smile, Eric." He's not smiling yet.
Nope.
That's a beautiful goal. He should smile. Just fights off the check, spins and shoots. 2-2 the score. A shorthanded goal by Forselius.
Shorthanded goal by Forselius, perhaps maybe a new nickname for the man who doesn't smile. So power play goes back for Manitoba. We're all tied at 2 here on JVI Sports Network. Poitras with a chance for a shot. Big stop by Bowden. Loose ball goes now in the corner. That's picked up there by Riley Merritt, but he's dumped to the turf, so they will keep possession here. Play down the other end. That's Andrew Miller. We'll see him go out the O door, the D door, and if there was a third door, I'm pretty sure they'd send him out too.
He thought about having it go at the net there, even shorthanded. He thought there might be a lane, but smartly pulls it out.
DePapi with some solid defense, joined by Josh Popenick as well. Popenick looking for his options. He finds one in Andy Zunn.
Coming up to a minute and a half left in the power play, and honestly, Coquitlam has probably generated more good scoring chances on this major penalty to them than Manitoba has.
We'll see if Manitoba can create one of those Has only 10 seconds now left. Andy Zunn with it. We'll see if he just uses that big shot. No, instead feeds that over to Blaze, but Bezecki, which is turned aside, and fresh clock here, but a minute 10 left in the man advantage for Manitoba. Bezecki to Zunn. Zunn, outside shot, misses wide, but Gutowski fights for it, picks it up. Back to Bezecki. A wide open Poitras on the crease, can't grab that. 10 seconds now, he's got some space. Flip pass, Gutowski, great grab, back up to Poitras. 6 seconds, shot from Borisenko is stopped by Gordon Bowden.
Some chances being generated by Manitoba, couldn't quite connect on the pass on the back door. And
nice
then the
feed.
shot from Borisenko on the outside.
Nice feed to get up to Trevor Funk, but even better defense there by Taylor Ritchie to close the gap and not allow him to take it to the rack. Jeremy Basic with it now. 27 seconds to kill on this major. Nice spin move by Basic. He's going to run to open space. Now getting pushed near the restraining line, but not close enough. Forselius creating space for Basic. 10 seconds left, and you hear the sticks banging on the boards for Coquitlam, cheering on their penalty kill team, and that is an absolutely massive kill.
Yeah, 5 minutes, they come out with a goal. What a momentum shift this could be for Coquitlam.
Trevor Funk, shot on the run. That ball squeaks right out to him. Can't pick it up, but Forselius does. We'll get a possession call as Evan Ritchie, maybe a little too much on that hit there.
Smart play by Funk to just tap the ball ahead to Forselius.
Forselius bull rushing through. Fires that over to the far side. That's Schmiegel with the outside shot. Big stick save by Riley Medaniuk, though. Loose ball battle still ensues on the far wall, and no one knows where it is, but the official blows it down. It'll be possession here for Coquitlam. Alex Nimmo, one of the acquired players for this Founders Cup tournament, has the ball, and that one sails right into the stands of the Turtle Dome, and Manitoba will get to work, see if they can score. They wasted 5 minutes on a man advantage, not being able to capitalize. We'll see if 5-on-5 works for them better. Borisenko, flip pass to Zunn. Zunn, outside shot. That one goes well wide of the net. Wide and high, might I say. Riley Merritt slowly trots down the floor, flips it off to Bo Chetner, our player to watch. Chetner gives it to the captain, Schmiegel. Schmiegel still with it. Now fires off a streaking Carter Clark. Shot from the outside and scores. Wow. What an absolute snipe from Clark. And the Adanacs take a 3-2 lead.
Carter Clark, who's been in and out of the lineup a bit, not really playing a particularly prominent role, but man, that is quite a shot on the run, as you mentioned, and just a little crow hop to let it fly.
You'll see here just a lobbing pass. Clark kind of catches Manitoba off guard. I don't think they picked up the last change, and perhaps maybe Coquitlam's bench now working these little tricks in. We said off the top of the broadcast, they've got a bag of tricks and they're letting them all out before they hop on the plane back to BC.
Clark taking the face-off. It's his third game and his first goal, his first point of the tournament. First time he's actually appeared on a score sheet. There's no penalties either.
Borisenko with a nice pick off from that behind the back pass. So Manitoba will look to try to tie this up again. Zunn with one hand on the stick, then puts another, takes that shot, but Gordon Bowden stands strong as he's done pretty much all tournament long, with the exception of a little lag during that Elora game. But like you said, Elora tends to do that to good goalies. Gutowski fending off a check. Fends off Fraze pretty well. Zunn over to Poitras. Poitras with a shot. Big stop though by Bowden. Now a chance here. Penalty coming up as the extra attacker is going to come. Feeds behind the net. Gutowski with it. Looking, trying to hear what his bench says. They say hold on to it. Let the extra attacker come on the floor, but an injured player is trotting off.
Yeah, Wozny took that pounding They've got 10 seconds left to get a shot off, and Poitras is like, come on, somebody get out here. It'll be Bezecki.
Bezecki, one of the transition players for the Blizzard team. See if he can free up some space. Gutowski with the quick stick. We normally see him using it inside, but there he goes from out.
Interference call as Georgette got a little bit overzealous.
As you mentioned, Georgette, one of the fifth-year players on this team, hasn't played the full season with Coquitlam. They picked him up. But big fan of his game. Sometimes, like we've said before, toes that line a little too much. That time he gets caught. So another power play chance for Manitoba. Zun from the outside. That one misses well off the cage. But an awkward play as it bounces off the boards. And Glutowski, who we've seen so good on the side of the net, this is probably the easier one he's ever scored.
Yeah, it was pretty easy for him, as it tends to be when everyone gets turned around. And Glutowski, you mentioned, he's the second leading scorer on this team through the regular season. Zun is going to let it fly, and can't quite see through the logo there exactly how Glutowski was able to knock that one in.
They just announced it as Andy Zun, so I'm wondering if after
I think it hit a defender. I don't know that it ever got to Glutowski. That's why we were trying to see the logo. Unfortunately, stayed up on the replay there.
So now tie ball game. Oh, a great chance for Poitras to break the tie, but a big stop by Bowden. That's one thing great about his game. He always makes those big bounce back saves. Big pick coming here from Alex Nemo. Shot from the outside. And we'll see if Eric Forselius has a smile on his face after his second goal of the game.
Nope, he's looking pretty stoic as he walks off the floor. What a great shot. His earlier one, a little fancy with the spin move in the shot. This one is just straight up power. Little pick, another little pick, and rip it to the far side. Nice job by the Adanacs to get the seal and the second seal, and then he just lets her fly.
We said it once, we'll say it again.
Smile.
Yeah, well, I was going to say Faiz Bardai just unloading on all the tricks and plays that he has up his sleeve. They desperately want to win this bronze medal. They worked so hard to get to this point with that huge game against the Shamrocks where they picked up a win. And then the unfortunate loss against Elora. Now they find themselves here down or up 4-3 against a very strong Manitoba team. Shot goes all the way down. And and almost a great pickoff there for Coquitlam. Riley Medaniuk has to be a little more careful with that ball as Anthony Buono almost picked that off. Steven Stamp is going to head down now to the floor and have a conversation with one of the Manitoba Blizzard, I believe. We'll find out once he gets down there. Moving pick, so it will be Manitoba ball. We'll see if they can tie things up. 1:20 left. Pat Gregoire here. Steven Stamp down on the floor, getting ready for his intermission interview. We want to thank you all for watching JVI Sports Network's presentation of the 2018 Founders Cup. It's the bronze medal game here. Coquitlam taking on the Blizzard of Manitoba. Poitras backing his man down. Swim move, 6 seconds on the clock. Needs to get something on net. He doesn't. And clock will expire. 1 minute to go. And Poitras, I think, is going to sit down. Or not Poitras, Gutowski. As he throws that ball to the sky. Oh, no, it is Poitras. I was right. Shouldn't doubt myself. Poitras slowly walking to the penalty box. He'll get a delay of game for firing that ball up to the rafters, as we'll see here. I think the whistle was blown just maybe a second, half a second before that. And we'll see. This Coquitlam Adanacs team, see if they can extend their lead. 4-3 the score right now, though. Nice jump there by the Blizzard on this penalty kill. Outside shot from Brian Smith. That's the first time we've called his name. He's an integral part of this offense. Got to get it over with 10 seconds. Do they? Yes, they do, as Taylor Ritchie runs that over, flips it now to Cole Wozni. Wozni, good to see him back after he had some bumps and bruises just a few minutes ago. Kelson Borisenko, 19 seconds on the game clock. As we know, penalty kill, no shot clock. Borisenko taking it wide. He'll drive to the cage. Gets hauled down to the turf. We'll just have a possession call. Borisenko strongly disagreeing. So ball's going to stay here with Manitoba. A little bit of confusion on the floor, but they've figured it out. Gutowski in a double now. Andrew Miller with a nice hold there. No call, though. And time expires as the Coquitlam Adanacs, the BC representatives, hold a 4-3 lead over the Manitoba champions, the Manitoba Blizzard. We're going to be joined by Steven Stamp, and one of those players from the Blizzard, once he figures out who he'll be talking to. Looks like it's Taylor Ritchie, one of the spark plug defenders for this Blizzards team, as he gears down and shakes Steven's hand. So without further ado, we'll send it now to Steven Stamp and Taylor Ritchie.
On the floor with Taylor Ritchie, and this is a huge game, I know, for you guys, for Manitoba Lacrosse. We're pretty sure that Manitoba's never won a medal at the Founders Cup. So what would it mean to you guys to be able to get it, especially with so many of you being fifth-year veterans?
Yeah, this is everything for us. You know, we've been working here, some guys 5 years, myself 4. We've always wanted this, and here we are, so we're out here to get it for sure.
Love the family atmosphere you guys have, a really cohesive unit amongst you all, and you can see the effort is there, both for yourselves, but you can really see that you're trying to support your teammates and do this as a group.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're a really good team, like bond-wise. We love each other. We're always together doing things. So yeah, moral support, being there for each other is huge, definitely.
You're down to 15 runners. You had some tough breaks, literally, with guys getting broken bones at the Alberta finals. You've got at the RMLL finals. You've lost a player to a wedding, his mother's wedding. You're down to 15 runners. How do you keep going when you're against teams that are cycling players through?
You know, just lots of heart. Boys are fired up. We want this bad. Like last game for lots of us here, so we're just digging deep, getting it done.
It was a huge game last night. Emotionally, you go to overtime. A tough loss, but we're all impressed. I know the War Chiefs were impressed with the heart you guys showed. How tough is it to come back out here today, and how are you going to maintain your energy for 40 more minutes?
It's tough for sure, but we just got to keep grinding, keep working. You know, 40 minutes and then we're done. So what do you got to lose? Leave it all out there, for sure.
Excellent advice from Taylor Ritchie down here at the 2018 Founders Cup. We'll be back after a break with the second period.
Welcome back to the bronze medal game of the 2018 Founders Cup. Coquitlam Adanacs lead Manitoba Blizzard 4-3. Pat Gregoire here with Steven Stamp. And folks, if you're just joining us, here is how we got to this point.
We're going to start with a look at what Kelson Borisenko does best. The quick step underneath. Great lead pass by Andy Zunn, and Borisenko buries it to start the game off. And then it's all about Eric Forselius, the spin and rip near side. And then the next one, he's going to load it up with the crow hop and bury this one far side. Big blast to the pipe. And those are two of Coquitlam's 4 goals. There are the Elora Mohawks. They are getting ready for their championship game, which will be here live on JVI Sports Network at 5 p.m. I'm Steven Stamp with Pat Gregoire here. And we are pleased to be bringing you all of this Founders Cup coverage live and free from the Turtle Dome in Akwesasne. When we come out, Manitoba will still be shorthanded for 1 minute and 3 seconds. That was the Colin Poitras play where after the whistle on the 30-second expiration, he flung the ball up into the ceiling. Boy, this ceiling's been getting a workout today with some of those throws that have been banging into it.
Yeah, look, I mean, it was one of those plays there. It was real close, but when you throw it all the way up in the air and make it pretty clear, you're trying to make it difficult for the other play to pick up that ball. I think the officials have next to no choice but to make that call. So Poitras, $1.03 left in the penalty. So we'll see if Coquitlam can extend their lead. Shots on goal after the first period, 19 for the Blizzard, 11 for the Adanacs. And big part of why this game right now is a lead for the Adanacs is big number 35, Gordon Bowden. He has been lights out in between the pipes, but so is Riley Mananiuk.
Yeah, we've seen good goaltending from a number of players. I mean, I don't envy, I'm not sure who's choosing the tournament all-star teams, but I do not envy their task when it comes to netminders, because there are a bunch that could be considered.
Face-off won by Coquitlam, and they'll wait to pick it up, and they do as Bo Chetner grabs the ball, tries to take it to the net. Instead, he rolls away and allows his power play unit to come out. Brian Smith in the middle. Forselius and Chetner in the shooter positions. Funk at the crease. Forselius looking for goal number 3. Not going to get it on that shot as it just goes off the arm of Adanacs. Chetner with another bouncer. Not too sure if Chetner didn't know the reset happened. Loose ball. And just an interference call as Mulvaney knocks his player to the turf.
Bit of a break action for Manitoba because Adanacs went to pick that ball up and pushed it out of his crease. And Coquitlam had a great chance off of that.
Great chance indeed. And Coquitlam's going to have another chance at it here. Smith fakes the BTB. Skip pass to Forselius. That one goes on the turf. Funk with it, just 10 seconds on the shot clock, 4 in the power play. Funk unloads a pass. Smith with the shots. Poitras pops out of the box low. Luckily, Coquitlam grabs the ball there, or could have been dangerous.
Poitras just stood just outside the box waiting for his teammates to pick that up and spring him.
Funk with the shot there, turned aside by Medaniuk's big wooden stick. Adanac now just hands that off to Poitras, who comes out of the box.
Trevor Funk very slow getting up, clutching his midsection as he makes his way in some clear pain to the bench.
Borisenko with the ball. Over to Zunn, to Poitras. Poitras leans into his man, now in some space, takes the shot. Big stop by Bowden. Bowden picks up the ball, just flips that over to his defender, and they're going to move the ball slowly but surely up the floor. That's Riley Merritt who rolls the ball. Adam Noakes now taking a shift here. Basic cutting to the middle, but Schmiegel can't get it to him. Swim move, Schmiegel with the shot. Medaniuk makes the big stop, but we're going to have a penalty coming up here. For
both of them are
hold.
going high sticking and then holding. As they just kind of ran into each other, the collision and then the tackle.
So a hold and a high stick.
Yeah, the high stick to Garrett DePape.
Yep. You'll see it here.
Yeah, you're going to see it right there. Not much question. And then Smeagol just grabs him and tackles him to the turf and then rolls over the top of him. They get 2 apiece.
So we'll go to 4-on-4 lacrosse, which I've mentioned yesterday on the broadcast. With this offensive unit that the Blizzard have, we've seen them create some havoc as the flip pass comes out to Zun. Zun takes that patented 3/4 release, but Bowden gets the better of it with that leg stop. Slowing things down now is Brian Smith. Smith with a chance to the cage, takes the shot. That one goes off the pipe. Funk with the ball, fires it over far side. Awkward play with the ball there as it almost bounced out, but Basic's able to handle. Smith unloads. That one goes off the side of the net.
He had a bit of a spot beside the post, and now it's being awarded to Manitoba, and I'm not sure, neither is Faiz Bardai. Clearly, to me, went off the post.
Yeah, went off the post for sure, but
the lacrosse got sorted out when a turnover at the other end and Coquitlam gets the ball back.
Coquitlam with the ball, 1:05 left in this 4-on-4 action, 20 seconds on the shot clock for Coquitlam. Chetner gets it down low. That's over to Alex Nimmo to Forselius. Forselius looking for the elusive goal number 3. He's not going to get it. Outlet pass all the way down the floor to Borisenko. Nice pass from Adanacs, but an even better job in reverse transition, taking away that fast break.
Great hustle by Coquitlam to get back, because you know Borisenko's looking to go to the net when he can.
Borisenko instead feeds to Gutowski. Gutowski back to Borisenko. Borisenko fakes, pulls it to the corner, takes that shot. That one goes off the side of the mesh. Always have to be aware when Borisenko has the ball in his stick. He'll shoot from anywhere, and he is always a threat on the floor. Brian Smith fires that cross floor. Chetner, big fake, beats his man, takes the shot. Not much on that one as Adanacs turns it aside, no problem.
Slashing call coming to Manitoba, and boy, nice rebound, loose ball by Brian Smith. And I'll tell you, he is so impressive in there, because we've talked about his size that he's able to use, but he also has excellent hands to pick that ball up. But unfortunately for Coquitlam and Smith, they will turn it over, as it is a slashing call there on the captain Smeagol.
And we'll see now this potent power play. After 2 seconds, we'll tick off the clock. We'll go to 5-on-4 action here. 15:45 left in the second period. Pat Gregoire alongside Steven Stamp, bringing you the 2018 bronze medal game between the Manitoba Blizzard and the Coquitlam Adanacs. The Adanacs, the team from BC, with a 4-3 lead. Power play still ensuing here. Not much happening. Bezecki to Poitras. Poitras with the outside shot, turned away by the belly pad of Gordon Bowden, but the loose ball won by Gutowski. Gutowski with a fake up top to Poitras, to Zun. Zun now initiates some offense. Bezecki can't get anything done there. Borisenko drops that ball. Borisenko still with it now, feeds across floor, up to Zun. Zun unloads a shot now though, but a beautiful kick save by Bowden. Loose ball along the boards. That one goes all the way down. And Blaze Bezecki's greeted by Riley Adanacs, who just flips the ball up to him.
Nice footwork by Riley Merritt to get good body position there, but he just couldn't quite handle the ball. It winds up skipping away from him and skittering down the turf.
Some catch along the outside. And beautiful movement as soon as it think that the Blizzard are just working it around, waiting to start something. Coquitlam gets caught ball watching, and Bezecki does a great job right to cut to the middle of the floor.
And again, perfect timing on the pass, timing and placement to get up into a spot where he can catch it on the run. As Borisenko, great follow through.
You can see it. 3 of 4 Coquitlam players on the floor looking at Borisenko.
Yeah.
And it's tough.
I was going to say, it's hard to blame them, because you'd better be ready to come help if he goes and beats his first man, which he does all the time.
It's very tough when Borisenko has been turning heads all tournament long, all junior career long, we should say, whether it be here with the Blizzard or his short stint with the Burlington Chiefs Junior A a few summers ago.
Very curious where he's going to wind up in senior lacrosse. He will be coveted.
Yes, there's no doubt about that. Spin move there by Basic. Jeremy Basic can't get anything on net. We have a little tie up there the other way.
Goalie lean as he kneels on the head of Basic. No one's the worse for wear.
So we'll have a offensive possession here for the Manitoba Blizzard. That pass goes awry as it goes off the stick of the big defender Sam Andelis. Shot from the outside. Zun. Rebound comes up to Gutowski. But a great job by Bowden to make a pair of stops there.
Such nice lateral movement by Gordon Bowden to make, well, the first stop and then the second one in particular.
Bowden, a fantastic goaltender. Oh. Loose ball battle now along the sideboards. Some heavy pushes here, but the refs allowing them to play. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Manitoba will be pleased to let this run unless Miller gets a shot off, and he does. And what a beautiful possession shot by Miller, just to get enough on net, and it goes out.
Knee high, difficult for Adanacs to control. And I'll tell you, it was a possession shot, but he almost scored on that.
Brian Smith, the big body, flips it over to Celius. Celius can't hold on. And we have a foot race now for the ball. And possession going to be awarded to Garrett DePape and the Manitoba Blizzard. Colin Poitras gets that ball down low to Andy Zun. Zun over to Borisenko. Those three have played a lot of lacrosse together, and this will be their last game together in this uniform. Skip pass to the far side. And we have seen this play time after time here at the Founders Cup. It's Borisenko to Gutowski, and we have ourselves another goal.
And we've seen the Blizzard huddle after a goal and just enjoy each other's company for a moment as well. And here you see Gutowski, number 4, the little pick, seals off and then cuts backdoor. And there is Bezecki on top of the crease, drawing some attention, sealing things up. And there's going to be a goalie water break, which is very unusual because it doesn't usually happen after a goal. And that's what Colin Poitras is talking about, because that is basically a timeout for the team that has just been scored on.
Yeah.
It's usually not allowed.
Usually not allowed, but I believe Gordon Bowden did request it. So, in fact, he does get it.
You just say no, though. Yeah, you go.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, Twin Leaf, Akwesasne, for providing free lacrosse here at the 2018 Founders Cup Championship on JVI Sports Network. Without our lovely sponsors, we would not be able to bring fans all across planet Earth some free lacrosse here from Akwesasne.
And when you think about it, the signal keeps going. It could be beyond the planet.
True. Who knows?
You never know.
You never know. But down here, back in Akwesasne on Cornwall Island, at the Turtle Dome, we're going to have Matt Carrick take a look to see
how the intergalactic analytics are.
Viewers are watching. No call there. As we have a break here, Ma running out of space. Nice feed to the far side. Anthony Buono can't beat Medaniuk, though.
Spencer Ma will probably get that onto his Snapchat story. Apparently he is quite the Snapchatter. Has a whole story from the week, his week at the Founders, that is growing as we go.
Miscommunication there, doesn't cause any harm. Beautiful feed to space as Matthew Schmiegel does his best Aaron Rodgers impression, throwing that ball to empty space.
Trevor Funk did a pretty nice Jordy Nelson. I know he's gone to Oakland, but for years they were quite a pair.
And they were, speaking of pair, Borisenko and Andy Zun working together, trying to free up space. 8 seconds on the clock. That shot from Zun goes wide. And Bezecki just rolls that one all the way down. Takes a weird bounce off the turf. Almost ended up on the cage of Bowden.
They actually had a bit of time left on the shot clock and sort of shut it down a little early on that one. Just weren't feeling it, I guess.
Another long pass there. Inside roll from Eric Forselius. No high stick there. Shot from the outside. Alex Nimmo turned aside by Riley Medanyuk. Medanyuk with a nice outlet pass. And that goes to William Lutz, who's been providing this team some stellar defense and a lot of energy for the Blizzard. And when he gets caught out on there on offense, he can crash and bang as well. Ball movement there. Quick stick from the outside. Borisenko, that one just sails wide. We'll have a 2-on-1 here. It's Miller, keeps it for himself. That shot goes wide.
Good take, just not quite where he wanted to put that shot.
Yes, indeed. Usually Miller cashes in on chances like that, but just a little bit wide of that net, and he had the space. Medanyuk was beat. Just the shot didn't go where he wanted. Good ball movement here. Borisenko feeds the crease. Andy Zund turned aside in front of the net. That's probably the closest we've seen Zund to the cage. He likes to play a good outside game, I should say.
Kind of confused me because is that even? No, it's not Andy Zund. I was going to say he's not wearing the blue shoes, but that was actually Kieran Mulvaney, number 18, not number 10.
Oh, there we go.
It threw me as well.
He's blue on blue with the baby blue trim, sometimes hard to see. Nice inside feed. Chetner kisses that one off the bar. But Matthew Schmiegel picks up that loose ball. He's playing with a ton of energy here today, as he normally does, I should say, though. Loose ball picked up to Funk. Little flip pass there. Holding on to that ball is Adam Noakes. Noakes with a shot. That one just goes wide. 10 seconds on the shot clock, and Coquitlam will concede the loose ball as the Blizzard will pick it up and flip this over to the offensive unit. That was Josh Popenick with the nice defensive play. Colin Poitras, bounce pass. Over to Borisenko. Borisenko back up top to Andy Zund. That's big number 10.
There are those blue shoes.
Yes.
Another save by Bowden, and these goalies have been almost unbeatable in this period. It was 4-3 after the first. It's just the pair of Manitoba goals so far in almost 12 minutes of play.
8:44 to go. 15 on the shot clock. Forselius with 2 goals already. We'll see if he can get number 3 on this possession. Drop ball. But Alex Nimmo picks up the ball, diving through the crease. Forselius takes the shot, and that one whizzes by. So Manitoba slowing things down.
Now we'll get a water break
Yes.
with 8:25 to go, and that one makes sense.
It's a good spot for the water break.
Shots registering, shots on goal registering is 30-21 for Manitoba. We have seen them sort of come and go in terms of sticking with keeping track there, but there is Bowden on the far side, and on the near side, Riley Medanyuk. He is a happy kid. He's a really good. I have so much respect for him because last year he had a play where he blew up a forward a player was coming down chasing the ball, which I did not like, and I had a chat with him. I said, what were you thinking on that? And he's like, I thought it was a good play. I said, no, that's not cool. And we had a discussion about it. No hard feelings. He was out for a game for that one, I believe. And, he's such a happy-go-lucky guy, but he's also very focused. He works very hard on the game of lacrosse, and you can see how well it's paying off for him. I thought he was pretty good last year. I think he's been outstanding this year.
Certainly has to be in the running for most outstanding goaltender in this tournament. I mean, you look at Bowden, he's another guy. You look at both goalies who are probably going to start tonight. Yeah. It is certainly tough. I think all the goalies in this tournament have done a fantastic job turning aside some rubber. We'll see if Bowden can do this. Instead, actually a turnover, and here comes that fast break of Coquitlam. That's Miller with it, feeds Schmiegel, and Schmiegel takes that shot just wide.
Great one-hand grab of the rebound off the boards by Andrew Miller.
Andrew Miller going to stay here on offense. I mentioned it off the top of the broadcast. He's a guy that can provide so much. Doesn't even matter which side of the floor he's on. Borisenko, another one of those players defending well. Behind the back, chance there for Josh Goebel. And Brian Smith ties this game up at 5.
Again, Smith using his sweet hands in the slot right on top of the crease to grab that ball as it rolls out.
And Fayez Barda not pleased with him.
I don't think he liked the celebration and the taunt at the end.
No, he absolutely did not. He did give a big scream, let's go, and Barda absolutely not pleased with him one bit. Despite scoring that goal to tie the game up here, 5-5. 7 minutes, 38 seconds left. And Barda, speaking of not being impressed, he thinks it should be a redraw, and I think he's right.
It should 100% be a redraw, and the ball didn't go out of play. I think the referee thought it was going out over the boards, and honest mistake, just a little bit trigger happy. I'll tell you, it's interesting. I stepped in, maybe it's not that interesting. I stepped in and reffed the 9-year-olds in Prague at the Al Shrabesky tournament in April. And, I mean, it wasn't a very serious game. It was for them, I guess. But I did blow the whistle early a few times because you think something's happening. Or you're going to blow play in. Somebody's going to pick up a ball. Something's going to happen. You have to wait until something actually happens. And it's not that unusual for something for somebody to just anticipate.
Riveting story there.
I could go on.
Oh, I know you can. I know you can. Back down on the floor now, just having fun here. Anthony Buono picks up that loose ball.
I did say it might not be that interesting.
No, you did give us a fair warning. But all the more reason just emphasizes how difficult the job of these officials are. I feel like the game of lacrosse, down on the floor now, will go for a chance here. That's Lutz running through a couple of checks, and he draws a penalty, can't score, but his team will get a chance here with 6:50 to go to try to break the tie, 5-5. And we'll have Bo Chetner sit down for the hold.
So you can see Lutz taking off. Look at those wheels, and then he throws on the brakes, changes to the other side, and it's not a huge hold, but definitely you can see that Chetner got the arm around the stick, caught on the shoulder, and just pulled him back and spun him a bit. There's no question it's a good call.
So power play once again for Manitoba. Andy Zunn with the rock. Fakes. Nice spin of the stick. We'll see if they can cash in on the power play. We've seen them already once today. Far side shot for Blaise Bezecki. Bezecki may not be a part of that core four, but he has been a great contributor here at the Founders Cup.
Blaise is heating up with a nice outside shot on this one to make it 6-5 for the Blizzard.
Very nice. A little hot and cold. I'll see the skip
Sun
pass.
draws the attention, and then kind of a three-quarter delivery there on that shot that gave him a chance to get out to the far side. I like the dead overhand, but changed it up a little and did change the plane just enough to make that one tricky.
Bezecki just his second of the tournament. He does have 6 assists coming into this game, so like I mentioned, has been a contributor, but not in the goal-scoring department. Leaves that to 23, 10, and of course 9. Poitras, Porosenko, and big Andy Zunn, who has the ball now. Zunn to Borosenko. Borosenko feeds the middle. Zunn has a lot of time, and that one just goes wide and into the bench of Coquitlam.
That one does get into the bench, no question. They're going to say it went off in Adanac. The officials confer with each other, and they're in agreement, so it will be blue ball once again.
No disagreement from the Coquitlam bench, so gotta assume they agree as well. Poitras uses that pick, fires it over to the far side. Borosenko back to Poitras. Poitras waits again for that pick, creates enough space, takes the shot, and once again, Bowden, after giving up a goal, gets tested early, but makes that big stop. So important for a goalie's confidence.
We always say lacrosse is a game of runs. Runs can make a big difference, and the way you stop them is make those stops. Get some face-off wins, make the big saves, get yourselves going again.
A nice chance there for Matthew Schmiegel, the captain of this Coquitlam team, but it was a good defensive play for Evan Ritchie to get enough on it. shot there with just 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Adanacs makes the save, but refuses to move as he had no idea where that ball was.
Stands his ground, as he is wont to do.
Borisenko is going to start this offensive possession, runs to the corner, and that means trouble if you're a defender for Coquitlam. Did I say
You
it?
called it.
Or did I say it?
Prescient Pat Gregoire. Although, it's a pretty high odds bet, or low odds bet. I mean, wow, he's just so impressive.
Especially considering it being on Andrew Miller. Wow.
Yeah, and the thing, I mean, the fact that it is kind of predictable makes it even more impressive that he's able to do it. They know it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
We all know it's coming, and yet Borisenko still able to do it. So quick and so talented. Great finish. 7-5 Manitoba.
4:30 to go. Loose ball battle still ensuing. No awarded possession. We get a push on the back of William Lutz, so Manitoba again will get a chance to extend this lead. Yard sale. Josh Goebel picks up the loose ball. He'll take it to the rack in all alone. Takes the shot. Just enough stick on the trail check there.
Yeah, Mulvaney gets enough, and a nice little hesitation move, though, by Goebel as he starts to drive to the net, and then just the pause to make Mulvaney think he's going to slow up, and then takes off when Mulvaney matches his stride.
Mulvaney, one of the members of the leadership group for this Coquitlam team. That shot there, Andy Zunn turned aside by Bowden, and there's that bounce back save that we've been talking about.
Speaking of leadership team, I'll be speaking with one of the captains group from Coquitlam, Jeremy Basic, in the second intermission.
Very nice. Looking forward to hear from Jeremy Basic, having himself a very strong Founders Cup tournament.
Delayed penalty coming to Coquitlam.
Extra attacker now on the floor. Borisenko has the ball in his stick. We have Cam Stuckey crashing and banging on the inside. Outside shot from Borisenko, but Boyden puts that one aside. And once again, Brady Georgette gonna sit down.
So with 3:18 to go here in the second period, Manitoba with a chance to really establish a lead. 7-5, 2 goals is a nice lead, 3 goals is a much nicer lead. Too many men called?
Yes, I think
to
so.
Coquitlam, I believe it was.
Yeah. So Carter Clark going to sit down and serve that penalty. Borisenko with the ball, dodges, keeps his feet out of the crease there, takes a hard check, still has the ball. Skip pass to Gutowski. He doesn't expect it, but still grabs the loose ball. Zunn looking for his options. He finds one, but a great stick there by Riley Merritt. Ball comes back out to Manitoba. Poitras with the outside shot turned aside by Gordon Bowden, and he'll just hand pass that from his crease over to his defender, Riley Merritt.
It's like the shovel pass to the running back, just getting up to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Trevor Funk with it now, feeds the inside, almost a chance there. Still. Coquitlam thinking about going to the cage, but ever so slightly. Now we'll have a chance. Funk now gets doubled. Ball squirts out to Bo Chetner. Chetner flips that casually, and will this cost them? Still ball on the turf. Funk doing a good job to get off the floor to allow a defender, Brady Georgette. Still have a loose ball battle. No one picking this one up. Still battling. Still battling.
And it could go forever because nobody has had possession. So the 30 wasn't
Good
running.
point. But finally someone decides to pick it up, and that's Josh Popenick who gets the loose ball. 30 seconds left on this power play. $1:45 to go. Steven Stamp heading down to the floor. He's going to have a conversation with Jeremy Basic, the leading scorer of this tournament. 14 points, 4 games. Andy Zunn, outside shot. That one's turned aside by Bowden. And we'll have a chance here in a break, but great reverse transition off the bench. to take away that fast break opportunity. Not too sure who came to the bench, but that was Taylor Ritchie speeding onto the floor. 1:15 remaining here on JVI Sports Network, bringing you the bronze medal game. Shot there, turned aside. Loose ball picked up, and possession Manitoba. We will have the gold medal game at 5 o'clock. The Elora Mohawks, the Ontario champions, taking on the FNLA champions, the Seneca War Chiefs. The links are already on Twitter at JVI Video. If you don't tweet, good. Well, that's no problem. You can head to YouTube, type in JVI Video, and that will come up. You can see all the games. If the gold medal's not giving you enough lacrosse action or what have you, if you want to go back after that game, continue, watch, share, like, subscribe. Back down on the floor here, 20 seconds to go. 10 seconds left on the clock. Shot from the outside, and Bowden just enough there. And we'll have our timeout here for Coquitlam. Bowden just strolling off the floor. Probably going to grab a nice swig. He's been tested quite often in this game, making 31 stops on 38 chances, I should say. As mentioned earlier in the week, Coquitlam have been to the Founders Cup 4 straight seasons, but in all 4 of those trips, they have not been able to grab a medal at any of these Founders Cups. The last time was all the way back in 2007. Bowden, you see, making a stop there. If this Coquitlam team wants to come out with a medal, he is going to have to continue his solid play. On the other side, Manitoba looking for their first medal at the Founders Cup. We believe, the best to our knowledge, that has not been done by a Manitoba team. They'll look to try to stop this Coquitlam attack here. They've got the extra attacker. It's 7-5. Matthew Schmiegel going to start with the ball. 16 seconds on the clock, 15.9 if you want to get serious. Ball flipped up from the official. Schmiegel sprints down the floor. Feeds that over to Bo Chetner. Funk now with a shot from the outside off the shoulder of Riley Medaniuk. So 4.1 seconds left. Coquitlam will have a chance here. That's Eric Forselius. Back over. Spin move for Schmiegel. He takes the shot. That goes well wide and high of the cage. And Medaniuk lets out a big woo as his team goes unscathed with that last possession and will head to the dressing room with a 7-5 lead. Steven Stamp will be joined by Jeremy Basic. Oh, he's already hunted him down. He's ready to go for this interview. So without further ado, we'll send it now down to the floor with Steven Stamp and Jeremy Basic.
All right, I am down on the floor with Jeremy Basic, and I was told to make sure that we get right to this so that your boo-boo Ashley hasn't gone off to the to get a snack or something. She's watching, a big supporter of you.
Yeah, she's the best. I always have support for her, and I like her a lot. She's the best.
Nice, very nice. Now, you guys are obviously keen to get a medal here. It's been quite an intense game. Things really, I thought, pretty feisty right from the start. These two teams who getting a good hate on for each other early on.
Yeah, it goes back to last year, right? We had a pretty big battle last year, which they came out winning. So, I mean, we're trying to beat these guys and beat them down while doing that.
You guys, we've enjoyed the way that you guys are having a nice mix of fun, but also a lot of focus. You really work with your coaching staff and get a lot of attention to detail as you prepare, as you go into the third period. How do you think that stands you in good stead to try and come back?
Hopefully Fies has something in his back pocket for us, but I mean, it comes down to us. It doesn't come down to the X's and O's. So, I mean, we just got to play lacrosse the right way, and we know we'll come out with this win.
It's execution, not just the system.
Yeah, execution, always. We're lacrosse players. We got to play lacrosse, and even if the X's and O's don't work, we'll find a way to score.
Final period of the season, so obviously you just put it all in on the line here.
Yeah, we'll give it our all.
Thanks so much, Jeremy Basic. Good luck in the rest of the game. We'll be back after a break with third period coverage on JVI Sports Network of the 2018 Founders Cup Championship.
Welcome back to the bronze medal game of the 2018 Founders Cup on Cornwall Island in Akwesasne. The Blizzard lead the Adanacs 7-5, and well, here's how we got to this point. Let's take a look at the highlights.
It's going to be the Borisenko show to a large degree. Here's a beautiful pass by Kelson Borisenko and a great finish from Blaze Bezecki. And then we'll have another recipient of some Borisenko generosity as he rips it through to Troy Klutowski. And then Borisenko decides to do it all himself on this last one. Season opening, just nobody covering him on that one. Miller got a step behind, didn't have any help. And Borisenko, season opening, thrives as he drives into it. And he's having himself another great game.
Another great game, a great tournament. And it'll be his last game of junior lacrosse. But like you said, there's a good chance we'll be seeing him at the next level, whether it be in senior or perhaps even pro once his days at Manhattan College are done. Pat Gregoire here with Steven Stamp on JVI Productions presentation of the 2018 Founders Cup. It's the bronze medal game. The team from BC, the Coquitlam Adanacs, trail the Manitoba Blizzard, the Manitoba representatives, the champions, 7-5.
And the Blizzard have come in the last 2 years as the RMLL champions. This team has been very successful. This year, they lost out en route to that title. And I don't know if it's given them extra spark or if they just, maybe it's the recognition that this is their last chance. And Kelson Borisenko wins his plea to the official there to get possession of the ball.
6 graduating players on this Blizzard team, including, of course, Borisenko, Poitras, and Andy Zum, who have done so much for this program. Poitras with that shot, but a big shoulder save there from the big arm of Bowden. Possession stays with the Blizzard. Poitras down low. That's Gutowski. Skip pass over to Zun. Borisenko looking, feeding the middle and dropping that pass. And then a great opportunity there was Cole Wasney, sorry.
Yeah, Wasney was all alone in the middle, and it got him right in the head of the stick, but just skipped off the frame.
Matthew Schmeigel will start this offensive possession, gets that one over to Eric Forselius. Now crashing, banging. Swim move. Schmeigel with the shot, big stop, turned aside by Riley Medaniuk, who's been so strong all tournament long. Basic fires that over to Forselius. Forselius using that big frame of his, still crashing and bashing. Skip pass, that one doesn't get through to Smith, as Matt Carlin turns that away and picks up the loose ball. So the Blizzard will once again go to offense and try to extend this 7-5 lead.
Great coordination by Carlin as he tips it away, then kicks the ball across to the boards to himself and goes and gets it. It's a really nice play.
Andy Zun powers his way through, fakes that little flip pass, fires the push shot there, but missing the net. Bezecki's gonna have to fire that one down out of trouble. He does. And Zun picks it up. Does he get that shot off in time? No, he doesn't, says the official.
I think he may have actually gotten the shot off in time,
close.
but he missed it. I don't think it hit the net or the goalie or the post. So he could have got himself a reset, although how he was going to come up with the loose ball against those 3 white jerseys would be another question.
Especially with him crashing down to the turf. Ryan Smith with it now. Another big body. Loose ball around the crease. This is dangerous territory for the Blizzard. And running through the crease is one of those Coquitlam forwards.
Will Lutz was slow to get up. He took a bit of a shot to the chin, knocked him over backwards, and you can see him getting up gradually and hoping he would have time to get off the floor before he had to play some more defense.
Poitras with the ball, fires that over to Borisenko. Borisenko with 10 seconds left on the clock, feeds the middle right to Gutowski. Gutowski throws so many fakes he falls down.
Just lost his footing and tumbled, but what another great pass by Borisenko.
Borisenko has been electric all tournament long. You've got to think, despite his team getting to the gold medal game, he's got to be in the conversation for at least a first team or at least a second team, potentially first team nomination. Nice skip pass there to the crease for Celius. Tries the quick stick but can't beat the big goalkeeper for the Blizzard, Riley Medaniuk. So the Blizzard will have a chance here. On offense once again, Andy Zun chugging down the floor. Fires over to Borisenko, back to Zun. Borisenko now throws that little slip pick. Gets through, can't get the pass off, but he doesn't. But the shot just goes wide. Poitras sprinting so hard to the bench, but that's not going to be good enough as a transition chance by Tyson Johnston. Looks like he might have got banged up after the play, but what a hustle play to break free and get a transition goal for his team.
Johnston was fantastic yesterday. 3 goals and 3 assists from his transition role. Anthony Buono with that pass ahead. You can see the hard fake actually bounces up off the foot of Medaniuk, it looked like, and up into the net to pull Coquitlam back within 1, and Johnston just taking off and really showing the mixture of speed and stick skills that make him dangerous.
Face off one, once again by Cam Stuckey. The loose ball picked up by Will Lutz, and he'll hand that over to Borisenko. Episode 5 of the Borisenko Show has been just good as all 4 others. This is the season finale indeed, Matthew Carrick, our producer, asking. And penalty coming up is, and we'll still have some rough stuff here. Tangled up a couple of players. Poitras brings one of the Coquitlam players down to the ground.
Well, Josh Milligan, it looks like he actually stepped on the face, or Sam Andalis, looked like he stepped on the face of Poitras, who was laying on the ground. They started moving around. He got tangled up and fell right on top of him after that.
Troy Gutowski was the one originally injured on this play. We'll see if we get the replay. And he just gets crumpled there between 2 players. And there's that tie up there. Borisenko come flying in.
Well, you can see the foot of Milligan coming across and starts to come down, and the stick of Poitras was in there. They do get tangled up, and that leads to that, the foot coming right down on the face and then losing his balance.
So we'll have another power play chance here. They've seen them be very deadly all tournament long, including today. Blaise Bezecki, who scored on the power play, gets turned aside there by Gordon Bowden. Loose ball picked up by Colin Poitras. Poitras bumping into his man. He loses the ball, but Zun, good awareness to pick up the loosie.
Poitras initiating contact, the shoulder into Riley Merritt. He
Zun,
is feisty.
He is. Skip pass, Poitras. Back and forth they play catch. Poitras with the bounce shot that just goes wide. 8 seconds on the clock. Nice forecheck there by Riley Merritt. He picks up the loose ball. He's not going to bother taking it to the cage unless he does now. No, he doesn't. Feeds that over to Trevor Funk. Funk gets hit hard and stripped. The ball's on the turf now. Borisenko picks up the loose ball.
Great wrap check by Borisenko. You've talked about his ability to perform at both ends of the floor, and that's just a great defensive play to get the chance back on the power play.
So 44 seconds left in the power play. 16 on the shot clock. Bezecki's going to take the top. Work this through. Colin Poitras in the middle. You see he's very deadly there. Bezecki takes the outside shot. Fairly easy turned aside by Gordon Bowden. Outlet pass to Matthew Schmiegel. Gives it over to Brian Smith. Smith going to wait for some of his teammates to get on the floor, and we'll have a extra attacker. He's just hanging high though. Wait to see him sneak in. We said it once, a few times actually. This team loves to use the extra attacker, whether it's a bench seal or taking advantage when they're on the penalty kill to try to make a quicker change. Good ball movement here. Nimmo with a chance, and great defense there by Taylor Ritchie just to turn his man aside. Few seconds left on the clock, 10 to be exact, but they'll get a reset here. Boris, loose ball still on the turf. Couple of healthy hacks and whacks on the stick there. Loose ball still not being able to pick it up. Another healthy hack. Almost like a rugby scrum along the boards here, as no one's able to pick up this ball. 5 seconds left on the shot clock, just as the Blizzard pick up the loose ball.
Was that still Coquitlam possession, or was that just off the shot, the loose ball, and it just took 25 seconds for that scrum to get resolved? I'm not sure there was any possession. I think the shot clock operator was just waiting.
Blaze Bezecki, little give and go, but what an athletic save by Gordon Bowden to keep this at a 1-goal game. Brian Smith starts it off. A slow change here. We'll see if they can capitalize. BTB feed, and Trevor Funk finishes off a beauty play, and we've got ourselves a tied ball game.
Funk once again showing his knack for coming out of nowhere. Bit of a broken play, and he just snags that ball on the little behind the back pass from Smith. Goes 5-hole.
Perfectly executed pick and roll by Smith and Funk. Funk getting in on the goal scoring there. Getting that behind the back feed from Smith. So 7-7 the score with 12 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third period. And as we've seen so many times in this game, it's the Blizzard who will be rewarded possession off the face-off. 15 left in the shot clock. Borisenko, crippler pass, outside shot from Zun. That one goes well wide. 4 seconds left on the clock, but Daniuk tries to make something, and he does! And he gives a huge fist pump in his own creases, and as he should. What a possession shot from the netminder.
You do not see that every day.
No, you do not. Andy Zun misses that pass, and he's hard check by Buono. Shot from Poitras, turned aside. Bowden can't hold on to the loose ball, and possession's gonna go the other way. Looks like that patented baby blue shoe of Andy Zun is sitting on the floor. So he went off to the bench. Poitras with possession. Takes that shot from the outside. Again, another big stop from Bowden. He's been diving at that ball, attacking it, making sure it does not go in the cage. Funk off the bench. We'll have a slow break here. We'll see if Funk tries to take something in the net here. He does. Finds Smith. Smith flip pass out to nowhere. And Funk goes down there. No penalty called, just a possession. So Brian Smith going to start with the ball. Smith, outside shot. That one rings off the pipe. Unfortunate bounce for Coquitlam as that goes right to Garrett DePape. DePape flips it over to his captain, Colin Poitras. Came into this game with the team lead in scoring, but not far behind Kelson Borisenko. And Borisenko has taken the lead in this game. Fake shot. Feeds to the middle. Wozni can't beat Gordon Bowden, though. 40 saves for Bowden now in the afternoon contest.
Momentum kind of swinging towards Coquitlam, partly because of the saves Bowden is making, and just you can feel a sense of frustration from Manitoba a little bit, but boy, they're still generating some chances. Coquitlam just with a lot of pressure at both ends.
A ton of pressure coming for Coquitlam. We'll see if they can keep that there. A healthy clamp.
Yeah.
From Riley Medaniak. Hopefully he's learned his lesson. He was serving a 2-game suspension at the start of the tournament for an incident during the RMLL Final 5 tournament. I've mentioned it before. Cody Johnson did a very good job doing spot duty, but you have to wonder what maybe would have happened if Riley Medaniak was available for all the games during this tournament. Would it have been enough? Bezecki rolls off that pick. Now Andy Zunn with 8 seconds on the clock. We'll see if he could use that patent huge stop instead. Fires it over to Borisenko. And again, Gordon Bowden makes the stop and is able to grab his rebound.
Big collision with Andy Zunn and Riley Merritt. And Merritt just stands his ground as Zunn hammers into him.
9 minutes to go in this third period. Pat Gregor, Steven Stamp bringing you JVI's presentation. Oh, holding coming up. As now the extra attacker will come on the floor quickly as Bowden sprints fast to the bench. Chance on the inside there for Trevor Funk. The nifty shot just goes wide, and
Taylor Ritchie's going to go for 2 or less for holding with 9:02 to play. That is a huge opportunity for Coquitlam. They've already got a bit of a run going in this third period.
Ritchie trying to plead his case, but as we all know, the refs are not going to change their call, and especially when it's a pretty clear hold like that one there. So 9 minutes to go here. As Coquitlam will look to regain a lead for the first time in a while. Skip pass to Chetner. Chetner with the outside shot. That one had eyes. Oh my God. Riley Medenyuk with a huge save. Ball working around. Using that screen there is Jeremy Basic. Back up top to Schmiegel. Schmiegel winds up and scores. The captain elevates his team to an 8-7 lead with an outside shot.
Little twister finds its mark, and Medenyuk just can't get to that one. But Schmiegel, he is an inspirational leader for this club. You'll see, gets that little seal there, and look at the spin on that shot as he just bounces it. That is a high angle bouncer as it goes up right under the crossbar. Perfect placement, great shot, Schmiegel.
Schmiegel, a fiery leader indeed, as he saw off that huge goal. Lets out a big celebration as his team takes an 8-7 lead with 8:25 to go here on JVI Sports Network, the 2018 Founders Cup bronze medal game. Stay after the game to see who wins the game MVPs and of course the bronze medal trophy presentation. Poitras brought down to the ground as the official blows it down as Poitras' helmet came undone, so they blew that down.
Yeah, I was looking to see why it was blown, and you see the chin strap does pop loose. So play blown down. Brady Georgette once again going to the box. And here's a perfect opportunity for Manitoba to get back into. You can see right there, the stick gets up onto the head, pops the helmet loose.
Poitras is just absolutely banged up. His knees covered in turf burn from diving for balls, diving for goals, doing everything to help his team get to this point. Andy Zunn starts this off, takes the outside shot. Bowden with a huge stop and grabs his own rebound. Over 50 shots on goal for the Blizzard now. What an unbelievable performance Gordon Bowman has been putting on here. Loose ball now down along the turf. Manitoba not pleased with the call. Clark runs into that double, and again another unbelievable poke check there from Borisenko, showing off his field lacrosse skills. Loose ball rolls all the way out.
A back in call against Manitoba, and they're all appealing to the other official who's coming to have a chat, and this may be overturned.
I think so.
We can get a chance to have another look at it.
Long bomb all the way down the floor. As Troy Gutowski tries the hidden ball trick, but every single person on that Coquitlam bench screaming out the number 4, which is his number. A minute left on the power play, just 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Borisenko gonna need to get something going here. He's directing traffic. Skip pass to Poitras. Poitras takes that shot.
It goes off of Bowden, so it will be a reset. Huge chance, because that was really, as you notice, getting down in the shot clock. and Borisenko was directing traffic, and Glutowski slid into the middle. The pass up to Poitras, and the screen by Glutowski was a key component of that.
And it looked like Borisenko making something out of nothing there, as it originally looked like he didn't have much going on. Borisenko now feeds it to the far side. Bezecki just misses that ball. It would have been a great chance on the back door. Guano gets stuck right in the face, no call.
Yeah, stick definitely got up into the mask there. Bit of a break for Manitoba.
A break indeed, 20 seconds left. Coquitlam have to kill this off. Ball squirts out now to the turf, 15 seconds.
Another great wrap check by Borisenko, and he wants the ball quickly because he sees they've only got a limited time. I don't know if they're going to be able to get a chance here.
I don't think they will.
Without risking a breakaway potential going the other way. No, they're going to wait for the even man situation.
Poitras over to Zun. Zun, now man coming in. Borisenko dives, trying to make sure Coquitlam doesn't pick up that loose ball. Andy Zun with it, stays strong with the stick, takes a look, then fires it on net. But once again, Gordon Bowden making a huge stop. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the bronze medal game. The Coquitlam Adanacs lead 8-7 over this Manitoba Blizzard team. Shot turned aside, outlet pass, not too far. Garrett DePape in all alone, tries the nifty underhand, but you have got to be kidding me, Gordon Bowden.
Bowden absolutely stones DePape, who was racing in. What a catch on that outlet pass, and then just composing himself for the shot.
Spin move by Smith and scores. A casual spinorama and finish, if there is ever such a thing. Brian Smith just pulls that one off, and the Adanacs have a 2-goal lead.
You see it so often in all sports with goaltenders, where a goalie makes a big save on one end of the field of play, and we go down the other end and his team scores, and a massive momentum swing. As we were looking, the Blizzard were staring right in the eyes of an 8-8 tie. Instead, just like that, it's 9-7 for Coquitlam.
And I think Fias Bard is going to be okay with that big celebration there at this point of the game.
Yes.
And as you see him go over there, when we had a good shot of that, he goes over there, taps him on the head, gives him the seal of approval after that huge goal. Face off again, won by the Blizzard, but we'll see if they can take advantage of this possession off the goal. 9-7 the score, 5 minutes exactly to go, 20 on the shot clock. Bezecki gets that down to Poitras. Poitras skip pass to Borisenko. Borisenko face dodge, fights through a couple of hard checks. Now he's double teamed, triple teamed.
Somehow fights through and gets the shot off, but not sure he really had many options, as there were just white jerseys all around him, and that limited his shooting lanes. Bowden takes it away.
Absolutely suffocating defense, and when you do somehow get a shot off, you've got Gordon Bowden standing in your way, and that has been a tall task trying to beat him. Nimmo, dodge, spins around, over to Smith, the most recent goal scorer. Smith just bats that one down into the corner, so Manitoba can't take possession.
Adanacs staying in his net for now. We'll see at what point they start to pull the goaltender, sometime within the next couple of minutes.
Poitras flips that over to Zun. Zun to Borisenko. Borisenko on the far wall. Skip pass to Poitras. Poitras through traffic takes the shot. Of course, Bowden, not enough shot. And another big stop by Bowden. I thought originally that shot got through, but it looked like it must have went off a defender. With that one there, definitely getting on cage as Bowden made the big stop. So we'll see here how much time they can chew up as I say that. Instead, Jeremy Basic takes it to the cages. He saw a glorious opportunity, but it was taken away by Riley Medaniuk. Borisenko with the ball. Medaniuk still in his net with 3 minutes to go. No panic on the Blizzard just yet. Poitras, one hand on the stick, Tries to flip pass there to Gutowski. Gutowski can't get anything on that. Bezecki to Poitras. Poitras unloads. Shot. That one just whizzes wide of the net. 2:55 to go. Coquitlam with possession. Matthew Schmiegel over to Brian Smith. Smith down low to Funk. Funk uses a few picks there. That ball squeaks out to a Blizzard defender, and off to the races is Evan Ritchie. Instead, he pulls that out. And slowly trotting to the bench now is Riley Medaniuk, so we'll have an extra attacker on. Andy Zund over to Blaze Bezecki to Colin Poitras. Poitras to Borisenko. Borisenko skip shot and off the melon of Gordon Bowden with a huge stop. Someone's got to get to the bench to allow Medaniuk to get in the cage. He finally gets back to his crease.
Manitoba originally just pressuring with 6. It looked like they thought they didn't have time to get Medaniuk out, but then they tied them up, the Adanacs, and managed to get him to the cage.
2 minutes, under 2 minutes to go. Big stop there by Medaniuk. He's going to make a pass, and as he's making that pass, sprinting to the bench, leaves his net. Extra attacker on. Borisenko saw a lane as it was closed. Now he's in his dangerous spot, takes a shot, and Gordon Bowden shuts the door on one of the players most electrifying in this tournament.
And if there was any doubt that Gordon Bowden is the player of the game for the Coquitlam Adanacs, that may have just taken it away.
And Bowden still sprinting to the bench. Bowden does everything fast. It doesn't matter what it is. He's always at high speeds, whether it's a big stop, an outlet pass, or even sprinting to get a drink of water. We'd like to thank one of our many sponsors, Twin Leaf Akwesasne, for bringing free lacrosse across the world here on JVI Sports Network. We talked about how good he was. Well, here's that exclamation point that you mentioned. A game-saving save by Gordon Bowman.
And Kelson Borisenko with the shorts tug on Josh Goebel. Josh Goebel as he lays on the floor and gets up and a little chin grab. And Borisenko, we've seen a little less of that side of it. He's such an edgy player, and I like that passion. I like the edge he brings. He's just, in the past, we've seen him get himself into a little bit of trouble with it. I think he's done an amazing job of controlling his emotions while still using them to fuel his play here at this Founders Cup. Just a very impressive maestro performance by Borisenko.
One of the leaders for Coquitlam starts the ball. It's Matthew Schmiegel. He'll get it down low. 1:17 to go. 16 seconds in the shot clock. Schmiegel still with it now, trying to run it to safe space. Gets it over to the far wall. That's Jeremy Basic. Sorry, yes, no, that is Jeremy Basic. Gets it to the far side. Nimmo behind the back. Alex Nimmo just throws that in the corner. So Medaniuk off to the races. 1 minute to go now. 7 goals for Manitoba. They'll need 2 more to tie this thing up. Andy Zund looking for his options. Blaze Bezecki, face dodge, feeds the middle. Instead, it goes to the crease. 7 seconds. Borisenko. Andy Zund unloads a shot from the outside, and he scores. Andy Zund, with 31.4 seconds, brings this game within 1.
Last night, the laser high to high. Tonight, the bouncer, same effect. It's a late game goal to tighten things up. Last night, it tied it with 2.5 seconds. Today, he bounces one past Bowden. Very smart adjustment, noticing that Bowden was going down. So Zund draws him down there, bounces it, gets it up over top of him. And with 31.4 seconds to go, this faceoff becomes exceptionally critical.
Manitoba has had the edge all game long. And Looks like they did have possession and call timeout.
So Manitoba's got the ball?
Manitoba's got the ball, and they called timeout as soon as they got possession.
Was it a face-off violation? Because nobody had the ball.
There was no signal for a face-off violation.
No, and I thought
unless
he was actually going to just grab it.
Unless Stuckey might have had the ball in the back of his stick when he called timeout. It was very quick.
Wow, that's a huge call. I mean, that gives an opportunity to Manitoba. And we know how dangerous they can be. You get that extra attacker, the Adanacs will stay on the bench, and they're going to try and generate something. Yeah, let's take a look at what it was. It's coming up to Spencer Maugh, and Spencer Maugh has it. I never saw what the indication was, what the violation was.
I don't know either, but that's here nor there as Manitoba. Got to assume it was a face-off, perhaps a face-off violation stepping in too early.
Yeah, it could be that.
But we didn't see the signal.
The indications.
Exactly. So
not saying there wasn't a violation.
No, exactly.
Just didn't see it.
Borisenko dodges now, feeds that over to Zun. Zun, skip pass to Bezecki. That one's too far for Gutowski, but a loose ball battle now in the corner, squirts out, and that one goes off the roof. That's going to be off a Coquitlam defender, as Buono can't have that loose ball. 9.4 seconds left. Bezecki can't hold on to that pass again. And falling to the turf is Colin Poitras. 4.2 seconds left. Poitras with the ball. That's a quick whistle. Poitras from the outside, turned aside by Gordon Bowden. And for the first time since 2007, the Coquitlam Adanacs will head home to British Columbia with a medal. This time it's bronze.
What a finish. A couple of opportunities for the Manitoba Blizzard. They just kept coming and coming. And all week long, we've marveled at how with 16 runners and then down to 15 for the last couple of days, they just keep coming, and they're so competitive in the late stages of games. Very impressive. A lot of heart.
What a masterful game plan executed by that man right there.
Fayez Bardai, the coach for Coquitlam, and a lot of credit. And we want to get the coaches correct for Manitoba, as we were given the wrong information before, and it seemed a little strange. I didn't think it was the right guys we announced yesterday, but Corey Hankowicz is the head coach for Manitoba, doing a great job with this Blizzard team. So Corey Hankowicz, great work, and Terry Williams, who we've been talking to all week, an assistant coach and part owner of the team, and boy, he's these guys are really building something. It'll be interesting to see where they go from here with so many of their key players moving on to the next level.
And their players, Riley Medaniuk, the outstanding goaltender, Taylor Ritchie, Kelson Borisenko, Andy Zun, and Colin Poitras. All very impact players leaving this Manitoba Blizzard team just 1 year before they host the Founders Cup. You got to think those guys are not only heartbroken that their junior careers come to an end here today, but that just 1 year away from potentially, playing for a Founders Cup at home.
Yeah, it would have been so much fun for these guys to get to go and represent the province right in Winnipeg. They're going to keep building though, and they've got some tremendous players coming up. It'll be interesting to see how they respond. It's a mixed blessing, or a blessing and a curse, right? When Andy Zun named the player of the game for the Manitoba Blizzard, but you have a group like that, they come up together and you're building towards something, and then all of a sudden they're all gone.
So Eric Forselius getting named the player of the game for the Adanacs. 2 goals and I believe an assist, as he gives Andy Zun a handshake there. And still, even with the game MVP in hand, no smile.
No, I know. Smile, Eric.
Gordon Bowden, both of our votes for game MVP there. Bowden going to end his junior career off with a bronze medal in hand and a win under his belt. Brady Georgette, the other graduating player for this Coquitlam team. Want to send them off to whatever they choose to do with it. We'll have the gold medal game at 5, but stay here as we will have the bronze medal coming up, as Andrew Miller is going to get his bronze medal awarded to him. What a great tournament he has had.
Oh, outstanding, and just so good at both ends of the floor. Spencer Ma can add this to his Snapchat game. Josh Goebel, big, strong, solid defender.
Sam Andalis, a great defender, but we have seen
those two snipes the other day.
Exactly.
Carbon copy rips from the outside.
Bo Chetner having a fantastic tournament, 7 goals coming into this game.
The captain and emotional leader, Matt Smigel.
Looked like Nemo and Clark went out of order there.
Yeah, Alex Nemo jumped in. Here's Carter Clark.
And it's now going.
Now they're just random.
Now they're going through. But Manitoba absolutely have to keep their heads up high. Like you said, it's going to be difficult where they go now, how they build this team, because they're going to have to be competitive. They're hosting this tournament in a year's time. But the way that they have built this organization, look at the talents that they've had. Are they going to be able to have impact players like the Borisenkos out of nowhere? I don't know. Probably not. But other players are going to have to step up. Troy Gutowski is a player that I think they're going to have to build around. He was a second scorer for this team.
And that's the nature of junior lacrosse, right? I mean, you have a 5-year window, and you rotate through, and it's one of the fun things about this tournament and about junior lacrosse in general. And you get, of course, as a coach with the West Durham Ironheads, you get to see this process all the time where young men come in, they grow as players and as men and as individuals, and they gradually take on bigger roles as others move on. And it's the rejuvenation. It's like rebirth in the spring. And it's fun.
And it is fun. It's great to see growth as well. And the other thing too is a lot of these, because it is the Junior B level, it is still outstanding lacrosse, but there is that Junior A, and a lot of these players have ambition to play at the next level. And where you see a team like Elora that have had players that have played Junior A, but then they decided to drop back in maybe their last or second last year to do something special, win a championship. At 5 o'clock, we will have the granddaddy of them all. Yes, the gold medal game of the Founders Cup Championship. It's the Ontario champs, the Elora Mohawks, taking on the FNLA champions, the Seneca War Chiefs. That will be in just under an hour here on JVI Sports Network.